Hi y'all, I'm Allison on a book break. 2022 is coming to a close and it is time to officially kick off the holiday season with the Christmas edition of Just Spin It. I have replaced my flowers with some Christmas images and Santa even came a little early, replacing my stars with some presents and stockings. We'll find out later if I get a one, if I was naughty or nice, because some of those are good and some of them not so much. So we'll see what happens. Now, if you're new here, this is a little game that I use to narrow down my options of which books to read for the month. So let's find out what December is going to shape up to be. Before we get started though, let's warm up with a little round of Name a Book. I'm going to grab one of my extra prompts from the board and ask y'all to name a book. Let's see, let's grab, I dropped them. Let's go with this Rudolph. Isn't he cute? There we go. Christmas Morning. Most anticipated. So, everyone, let me know what's your most anticipated book. And if you want to read it, if you need an excuse, go for it. If not, that's okay too. Okay, let's get right into it, shall we? I'm doing 5 spins unless the wheel decides otherwise. So let's find out what I'll be reading. Ready? Here we go. Oh no. Okay. Santa is here. He is making his presence known and we love it, but we have to find out, was I naughty or nice? First, I have to do number 1, which is a Santa's hat, a cozy mystery. Awesome. My favorite right now. I am loving cozy mysteries. So excited. So I am going to continue on with Mrs. Claus mystery series. So the first one was Mrs. Claus and the Santaland Sleighings. And as of November 23rd, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, I have not gotten to this yet, but I will be reading it in this upcoming week. I really hope I enjoy it because I am going to choose part 2 of this series, which is Mrs. Claus and the Halloween Homicide, both by Liz Ireland. So in this one, we're going to have April Claus, who is Santa's wife, living up at the North Pole. And from what I understand, they are going to celebrate Halloween for the first time up there. So I am really excited to dive into this series, especially for the Christmas season. And these were brought to my attention by Kimberly Kay. So I hope I'm going to love them because I'm putting book 2 immediately onto my TBR. So I know Kimberly really enjoys them, and I expect I will too. Great start. All right, let's go ahead and spin and find out which present or stocking I'm going to get. Are you ready? Number 6, so we're going to cycle back around. 5 and... I get this present. It is, naughty. I have to pick a tome, which is 500 plus pages. Santa, he did me dirty. Okay, no surprise. I had quite a few choices for a tome. And I'm going to go with Witches Steeped in Gold. It's a beautiful edition from Owl Crate. And this is by Sienna Smart. I'm guessing that's how she pronounces her name. We've got 2 enemies bent on revenge, an unlikely alliance, and one witch will be left standing. According to one of the blurbs, it's a bloody and deadly delight. Araya has spent her life in a cell. She's heir to an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty. But she was exiled as a child, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. And then we have Jasmine, who grew up dressed in gold with stolen magic at her fingertips. She's daughter to the self-crowned Doyen, but she's a threat to her mother's rule. But unlike her sister before her, she has no intention of dying to strengthen her mother's power. So even though they're sworn enemies, these two witches, Araya and Jasmine, are going to join forces and I guess try to take down the evil queen, if you will. Definitely falls in the tome range, coming in at 533 pages. So there we go. It fits. Let's go ahead and replace. I have a couple extras and we're not going to look at these. I'm not looking. I think I'll put up this one. I didn't look. And let's get some reindeer love. We've got Vixen. This is, Carolers, music in a title or a story. Let's find out what my second book will be. Number 9. A cute little ornament. Elmo. A hyped book. When my kids were little, the Tickle Me Elmo was the hyped toy of the year. So I did think I made these prompts last year. So a hyped book. That should be easy to find. There are plenty that are hyped. Okay, I had quite a few to choose from for hyped, but everybody's going to recognize this one. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. So contemporary romance, and our main character, Chloe Brown, I know she has some disability. So I've never actually read the back of this book. I just went along on the hype train. Definitely counts for this prompt. And Chloe Brown, she's chronically ill. She almost died, but didn't. And as a result of this, she has made a bucket list, if you will. And she's already done the first thing. She's moved out of her glamorous family mansion. And she has a few other things she wants to check off her list. For example, she wants to enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. But it's not easy being bad, even when you've written a step-by-step guide on how to do it correctly. So I am looking forward to this. I understand we're going to have a good romance in this, and it might pull at some heartstrings. So we'll see if I agree with the hype train and fall in love with this series. Let's go ahead and replace that with, let's get Mrs. Claus Cookies, red and green on cover. Now, I will be coming back next week with a bonus edition of this for Phoenix Rose and Christina Thompson. So they might be getting some of these prompts that come up. Okay, third spin. Number 20, going down to the bottom of the board. We don't seem to get there very often. We have a little angel. Candle on cover. Okay, this little angel is not living up to her name. I scoured all of my shelves. I could not find a book with a candle on it. The only thing I had was Remember Me has a candle on the spine. And that's another thick monster. So I'm not going to do that this month. So I am going to respin this one and see what we get and try again. So in case you didn't notice, what I did was I did all of my spins and picked my books once I was finished. So we've got the 6 still open that was waiting for the next game. So let's refill that and then I will respin. Let's go with this reindeer. 12 Days of Christmas, a number in the title. Okay, let's spin and see what I'm going to replace candle with. I thought I was going to get a star. Number 4. Dear Santa, a 5-star prediction. Okay. I know I have some that I'm just dying to get to. Let me grab one. Okay, I'm going with In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. Perfect. I definitely think this will be a 5-star for me. I love this duo. There's only been a couple of books that just haven't been a complete homeroom for me. So I'm going to say that this one will continue that streak of being a 5-star. Maylin Jones, She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But even worse than all that, this is the last Christmas that her family and 2 other families will be spending at a log cabin out in Utah. This family tradition is coming to an end, and she is heartbroken by it. So mentally breaking down, she drives away from the cabin for the last time, and she throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech, metal collides, everything goes black. And when May wakes up, she's on an airplane bound for Utah, where she begins the same holiday all over again. With one hilarious disaster after another sending her back to the plane, May must figure out how to break out of this strange time loop and finally get her true love under the mistletoe. So we've got a Groundhog Day retelling based on Christmas. I can't wait for this one. Definitely 5-star prediction for me. Yay. My Santa letter came through. I wished for something when I wrote to Santa, and she did. So hopefully it'll turn out good for both of us. And let's go ahead and replace that with, what do we have down here? I should have it where y'all can see these. Let's do a fancy sleigh. Mistletoe. So I guess mistletoe on the cover or in the title. Something. That one actually might be kind of tricky to do. But for a spin. Okay, we're smack dab in the middle. Got to use all of my brain power to combine 2 prompts. Number 14 and 15. So we have a gingerbread, which is a Secret Santa, a friend pick. Combined with Christmas Past, a gifted book. Okay, those just kind of automatically go together. So something that was gifted by a friend. I am going to replace friend with family because I don't think I've gotten any books from a friend, but we will see. I'm going with The Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I got this last year as a Christmas gift from my daughter. So she is my friend and it was gifted. So I'll count that. So ever since she got pregnant in her freshman year, Amani's life has just been about making tough decisions. What's best for her daughter and her abuelo, her grandmother. So cooking is where she gets her passion and she gets to get a little break from all of the responsibilities that are on her. Even though she's always dreamed of working in a professional kitchen after she graduates, Amani knows it's just not worth her time to pursue the impossible. But despite the rules that she's made for herself and the rules everyone else has set for her, which she refuses to follow, Amani finds that she just has to let her talent break free. I know this book had a great reception when it came out and people just loved it, and I've been dying to read it. So I'm really excited to go along with Amani and see how life pans out for her. I'll be rooting for her all the way. All right, let's keep going. So let's replace those 2 with, let's do A Rocking Horse, which is Dear Santa, an epistolary book. And who do we have? Donner, a favorite trope. Okay, this is my last spin. Are y'all ready? Number 6. Didn't we already have that? No. Once Upon a Book Club. Okay, I have to choose one of my book boxes. Okay, I'm just going to pick a box. I've got this huge one that's been driving me crazy, and this is my chance to get rid of it because it doesn't fit with all the others. Okay, this monster. Once Upon a Book Club. We're going to have goodies once again. And there's something oversized in here. I am finally going to read The Storyteller by Katherine Williams. I love this cover. Isn't that beautiful? This is about the Romanovs, Anastasia. It's not every day that you discover you might be related to Anastasia Romanov, or that the tragic princess actually survived. To top it all off, she might be your Aunt Anna. For Jess, who's tired of living her life trying to please everyone else, discovering her late aunt's diaries shows that she's not the only one who's struggling to hide who she really is. But was her aunt really a Russian princess, or is this some elaborate hoax? I'm looking forward to this. The Romanovs, such a interesting, tragic, compelling time in history. And yeah, okay, so The Storyteller, that'll be my Once Upon a Book Club one. All right, I need 2 more books to round this out, and we're going to do Chantel Reads All Day's Read Your Bookshelf, the last one for 2022, and it is a mostly white cover. I know exactly what I'm going to grab. Definitely fits the bill. Continuing kind of with the Russian theme, The Hunt for Red October by Tom Clancy. This is the first one in the Jack Ryan series, and this is the first edition. It came out 1984. I've had this puppy for quite a while. It may not show it, but I have read it quite a few times. We have a brilliant young CIA analyst, Jack Ryan, and he thinks he knows why all of a sudden the Red Fleet is on the move, which is the Soviet Union's naval fleet. The Soviets' most valuable ship, a ballistic missile submarine, with their most trusted and skilled naval officer at the helm, is attempting to defect to the United States. And Jack Ryan knows if they can bring the Red October into port safely, and this will be the intelligence coup of a lifetime. We've got the Cold War going on between the Soviet Union and the USA at the time, and Russia is sending out all of her navy to try and bring back this ship, with all of the trying to prevent this officer from defecting to the enemy. So it is so good, and the book is just as incredible as the movie. It's got Harrison Ford and Sean Connery in the movie, and fangirling. Okay, so I will be reading The Hunt for Red October with a very white cover. That leaves us with Buzzword, which is a number in the title. And I've got one. This works out beautifully, because I will be doing last year's Advent box from Once Upon a Book Club. It didn't arrive until mid-January, so I didn't use it last year. I've been saving it, and now I can officially put it on my list. We've got the 12 Days of Book Clubness, and it's going to be 12 short stories, all with a holiday theme. And in each story, you're going to have a gift. And 4 of those gifts will actually be additional books. From what I understand, the gifts aren't Christmas related, but we'll see. And let me show you how big this box is. I've been storing this puppy for a year. Look at this thing. It's massive. We've got all sorts of goodies in here. So I'm excited to do this. I'm waiting. It's been mocking me for an entire year. Oh, okay. It says to fully experience this box, please only read 1 story each day, starting on December 14th, in order to open your last gift on Christmas Day. So that'll be cool. So I'm going to do that and get 12 little short stories, and I will start on the 14th. Hopefully I can keep pace. Since they're shorts, I would assume I'll be able to do it, and I'm excited. So the first one is only 24 pages long. Okay, so I finally get to open this. I didn't buy this year's because I haven't used last year's yet. I haven't really done any vlogging, so I don't know if anybody would be interested as I open these up. And honestly, I don't know if I'll have time. So, but if you are interested, let me know, and maybe I'll be able to do something or post something in the community tab now that I have it. All right, so there's the first half of my TBR. It turned out great. I will be back next Sunday with the bonus round of Just Spin It. But before we do that, on Wednesday, hopefully, which will be, I believe, December 1st, I should have my Sims TBR game, which will be another Christmas edition. We'll have to see, because I also have to decorate my house. And there's Thanksgiving. There's so much to do. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and y'all have a great one. Let me know what your most anticipated book was. Bye now.